Hey, FlimsyLunchTray here, and welcome to the holiday season here in World of Warships, where today my aim is to give you overview and advice about everything that's happening this holiday season here in World of Warships. Talk about the Advent calendar, the Christmas tree, Festive Rewards, and of course the Santa crates and Snowflakes as well. So we're going to get right into it as we're here in Nordlyshaven, the Northern Lights Harbor. And I live in Norway and absolutely love it. I got to see some Northern Lights not too long ago, actually. So it feels right at home in being here in the harbor. So that being said, we're just going to hop out. There's some different things in terms of how they structured this year compared to previous years. Mainly with how you have the navigation window. Typically, you were able to kind of go into Festive Rewards, this, that, and the other. But that's not the case this year. They've put it all underneath the Update Navigator. And of course, you can access the Santa crates directly through the armory. But I digress. First, we're going to talk about the Advent calendar. So check in daily for rewards and relive brave Commander Stig and his adorable companion's unbelievable yet entirely true journey home for Christmas. So I'm going to click on that. So we see log in every day, visit World Warships every day from December 1st to 31st, and open the Advent calendar cards. You receive gifts by collecting daily rewards from the Advent calendar. If you miss a day, you can claim that reward the next day. Among the rewards, you also find something special: super containers. Follow the story. Opening the cards will uncover the story of the Commander Stig's incredible journey home for the holidays. So you can see, for now, we can access the first one, which is going to be a Santa's gift container. And then clicking on it will then give us kind of the story here. Commander Stig finally returns home to Nordlyshaven, like Northern Light Harbor. Surrounded by the warmth of family and Earth, he sits at the festive table ready to tell the incredible story of his journey. So if I exit here and come back out, as you go through, you can see that it's just going to continue to progress all the way up through 31 days. So that's basically all it is. So you will have, when you log in, it's not like you instantly get it. You actually manually have to come in here and collect the reward. Sounds pretty straightforward. I thought I already picked up the reward. It said I already claimed it. Okay, well that's definitely a fault on Wargaming. Yeah, there it's gone now. Let's talk about Christmas tree. So, ornament received. Bring holiday cheer to your port by decorating Christmas tree with ornaments Commander Stig brought back from his adventures around the world. So you can kind of see that they're tying it in, which is why we're kind of following this natural progression. And you can see we have various different ornaments here we can be throwing on the tree. Yeah, basically, just kind of switching it up a little bit. And you can see as it goes over and covers the tree, we'll get rewards. So one is reward for attaching 10 ornaments. We have 6 of 10 right now. We'll have 3 days of premium, 1 Santa's gift container, and Christmas in Nordlyshaven special flag. And then reward for collecting all the ornaments. We have 3 of 24 right now. We'll get a 6-point Italian commander, more signals, 3 more signals container, 1 Santa's gift container, 3 more coal container, and 1 emerald snowflakes permanent camouflage. So you do want to make sure you're collecting these. You just collect them by playing the game consistently, and then you'll be able to fill this out. I think they improved it this year compared to last. Last year it was very slow progression for the Christmas tree ornaments. This year it's much faster. So there's a lot more different options you can see as you go around and you start decorating different parts of the tree, and it's kind of jumping all over this, that, and around. So make sure to be collecting here if you want to pick up some more rewards in the game and decorating your tree. Alright, next we're just going to go ahead and go right into discussing Santa gifts. I will be talking about Festive Rewards, and I'll talk about your gift. So hang in there. I'll be timestamps throughout the bottom. But most of you are probably pretty interested to get thoughts here. They've done something new this year. So we haven't had Santa's big gift containers the last now 2 years, but they added the ultra gift container only available for real life money. So we'll get into that. I'll talk about the containers and give you my overview, advice, and thoughts here. The day that the armory loads. Because I did check it online. Right, so it's taking us right in. So if it's loud, I'm going to end up muting it. Yeah, not too loud. So basically how Wargaming has structured this is when you first come in, you can see actually it's having the price tag for kroner. So yes, I'm American. I'm sorry I don't have like the US dollar amount. I'm going to guess it's something like maybe $20 for 20 Santa gift container. Usually they always charge like $1 for those. And then what are they charging for one? Looks like $11 or something like that. And then one Santa's mega gift is about $5 roughly, something like that, give or take. So when you first come in, you will see again Santa containers only for money. If you want to see the containers for doubloons, they are here. If you want to see the bundles for Christmas tokens, they are here as well. Now there is something normally Wargaming does every year where they put like a little item in the background for you to click on, and then you end up getting another nope, I got it wrong. If you do a little sequence of things, you will end up getting a Santa's gift container normally. Yep, so there you go. You have found a gift. Wish you endless warmth, comfort, happiness this winter. I'm glad I remembered that. So again, it was yes, thank you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then it gave it to you. So I don't know if they have anything else. I'm just kind of hovering my mouse around, and I'm sorry the containers keep going off. Maybe I just mute it. Yeah, that's better. It's a little more calmer music. Yeah, so it's just that. So I don't know if it'll actually be different for you, but I imagine it's just the same. So get yourself a free Santa's gift container that way. Now with the money Christmas Santa containers versus the doubloon containers, something different that you get is these what they call Christmas tokens, and you only get them by spending real life money, not doubloons. So if I go over to click on doubloons, you can see those Christmas tokens are indeed not there, and you can see containers for real money. And depending on how many you buy negates how many Christmas tokens you get. So 8 Santa's gifts, 8, 20, 20. Buy the mega, 8 you get 40, 20 you get 100, 8 you get 96, 20 you get 240 of the ultra containers. You can also see that they have discounted rates. The more you buy, the more money you will end up technically saving here. So just keep that in mind as you go through. I know some people really like to go to town during the holiday season and buying a bunch. So naturally, if you plan on buying a lot, then buy it in bulk. You'll end up saving money here, right? But let me just go ahead and talk about the Christmas tokens first, and we'll talk more exclusively on the containers themselves. But let's say you bought some of these containers of real life money, and you got some Christmas tokens now to burn. Well, we come over here into the Nordlyshaven tail. I want to say tale. You can see that we have featured holiday aim destruction effects, holiday camouflages, holiday commanders, bundles for certificates. Now that's going to be important to keep in mind, this bundles for certificates. They kind of, I don't know why the last 2 years now, I think they've put this one deeper in, and it's like, why did you make it that much more difficult? But hey, it's Wargaming. Or you can see here, Nordlyshaven here. So we were here. You can also click down here just to kind of point out navigating around. But you can see like here, the icebreaker destruction effect, 30 Christmas tokens, tree tokens, and then you see the aura. Kind of cool. 30. If you want some of the Montana white and gold, Iowa white and gold, 32, 24. You can see the holiday commanders themselves, each for just 1 Christmas tree token. I can even go in here. You can see more of them here as well. I'm just going back to the featured tab to kind of give you an overview so you can kind of get an idea here. And then we can come down and see the bundles for certificates. So when you start working on the Snowflakes, your Festive Rewards, you'll come into this tab in the Armory, or you can do a different tab in the port. I'll show you to come in and claim your mega gift Santa's gift or credits, which I don't recommend getting the credits. I recommend Santa's gift container or Santa's mega gift container, and I will talk about that. So, but basically, just so you can see on the screen here, you can have different destruction effects. Another thing for wargaming to monetize. You can see holiday camouflages. So not only is it the white and gold, you also get the polar ice caps. And I think, if I remember serves correctly, they add new ships every year. You can also see this is where the cozy sweater and emerald snowflakes permanent camouflages are here as well. And also tier dependent Arctic light new year permanent camouflage. So you see tier 10, tier 9, tier 8. You can see there's a Conqueror, Silver, Swirls, some other, the older versions of the polar ice caps permanent camouflages. And it just kind of, it goes on and on and on. So basically you can throw a lot of Christmas tokens. I kind of like the westbound and the eastbound, to be honest. And you can see the ones I've already kind of picked up in the past, though I don't think I did it via the Christmas tree tokens. And the holiday commanders, you saw a brief glimpse of that, all here for one. So basically it's a good way to pick up a bunch of 6-point commanders. And you can see the nationality that's tied to them, so just make sure you're paying attention to that when you pick them up. Sometimes the name is a bit dependent, right? So this guy's going to be French because of the name. And then your bundles for certificates right here. Again, I'll talk more about this when we get on Festive Rewards. All right, let's talk about the containers. And I'm going to go over here actually... No, let's just stick on this screen because the statistics, the chances are all the same, you know, but when we come over for containers for doubloons, we just don't have the ultra container. But I will come over here and talk about the containers for doubloons in terms of their pricing and that. So Santa's gift container is the standard container, costs you $1 to pick up. You have a guaranteed drop of 100. You can see here you're going to find an item from one of the groups, tier 5 through 8, tier 8 through 9, tier 5 through 10 ship in the 100th container if this does not occur after you open 99 Santa's gift containers. So it's basically a guaranteed ship drop. You can see I've opened 0 of these new 2025 containers. They reset every year, right? It doesn't carry over from Christmas to Christmas because the containers are designed differently and have different things to drop in them each year. Basically, with they take out ships, they add new ships in. Information about the quantity of items may be updated with a delay, so keep that in mind. You can see that we're looking at the bundle that exclusively gives you 20, so make sure you are paying attention here to how many you are buying at a time. Each Santa's gift container can drop one of 143 ships, including uncommon, rare, epic ships, Days of Worship premium account, doubloons, coal, or other items. Also has chances of dropping the following container: the golden gift container, which looks like they've kind of changed the view of that a little bit this year. And basically, as you can see here, the new ships from the Steel Fleet event are here. You have Bremen, Hawaii, and Aki, and then you have Bremen Gold, Hawaii Gold, Aki Gold, and Roma Alterna. And you can see basically it's very hard to pull a gold ship. It's 10% to pull a ship, 9.9999% for one of these three, or 0.0001% for one of the gold ships, right? So we can actually come in here, click on Hawaii Gold, and see what it looks like. So basically, it's just really flashy. And I'm pretty sure the only way you can get to these golden ships is through these golden gift containers. So we'll talk about that a little bit more. We'll look at the ultra gift containers as well. But basically, the difference between the standard Santa's gift containers, Santa's mega gift containers, and Santa ultra gift containers is the drop chances of each container are different. So basically, the more expensive the container, the higher your chances are of pulling a ship, right? So here you see the 2.5% or 0.1% for tier 5 to tier 10 ship, 0.4% for tier 8 through 9, and a 2% for 5 through 8. Now, keep in mind how these Santa gift containers work. Because you have a higher chance of pulling these more lower tier boats, typically it has to go through a lottery. So basically, let's say you pull a ship and then first it has to get through this one, which has a 2% chance of dropping it. And you might hit the lottery again and it puts you into this category. And you might hit the lottery again, which puts you in the super rare category. Like Benham is a boat I want very bad. So that's how it works. So basically, if you don't have a lot of the more lower tier ships, so 48 ships in total for tier 5 through tier 8, the more mid to slightly high tier 8 ships, or you can also say if it's the low tier fodder you want to get out of the way, so you get to more of the 8 through 9 and or 5 through 10, being these are the really rare ships, because there's just some cool tier 5 ships in this one. Basically, you're going to have to get through these lower tiered ships. So the way, if you want to kind of stack the deck to your advantage, if you are able to pull, like especially the tier 5s, there's a lot of them that are for sale for coal, right? Or maybe use the community tokens to get some tier 7 ships. Like I used to have Yukon, and I traded Yukon for a different boat that I really wanted. But you can see here that as we go down, like, oh, okay, we're getting into kind of the more rarer ships, if you will. So you can cross-reference. That's what I recommend. Cross-reference like what kind of these more, like, let's say 5s and 6s that are for sale already in the armory for coal, as an example. So if I come over here and I say I click 5, like I have all the tier 5 coal ships. I have all the tier 6. And I have all the tier 7, I'm pretty sure. And then I think I have the 8s. I have the 8s. And then now it really becomes the 9s and 10s that I don't have in terms of coal ships. So I'm sitting like really well in regards to that. Also, if I come over for doubloons, right, there's some tier 5. Okay, looks like I have all the tier 5. The current ships, they do ship rotations for your doubloon ships. Tier 6, there's 2 right there I don't have, Issei and Ark Royal. I go to 7, then more ships start popping up. So I'm probably more likely to hit some of these tier 7 boats maybe before I hit the really good stuff. But hey, like you could get really lucky essentially. So just keep in mind that basically the cheaper the container, the less likely you're able to pull a ship, or the longer because of that longer guaranteed drop. But, you know, I've opened up a lot of these before, and I've pulled several ships out under the 100 guaranteed drop rate. So basically, in this, the way these containers work, either A, okay, this just had a seizure. Game. Let's try this again. Okay, it just had, my game is acting up. Wargaming? I was in the middle of making a video. What if I go to the ones for doubloons? We'll do that. All right. So same container we're looking at. This one's just for sale for doubloons. 20 of them will cost you 4,500 doubloons. But basically, either you pull a ship, one of the following items from this group, or one item from the following list. So if you don't pull a ship, basically you're going to pull one of these items from the Santa's gift containers, and then you can see the percentage chances and then the amount. So, you know, we go from this, right, kind of mentally capture this in your head, and then, for example, 500 doubloons, 5% chance. And then we exit back out, and we go over to the megas. So now we can see a 16% chance of pulling a ship, 1% on a tier 5 through tier 10, 3% for the tier 8 through tier 9. Like, this is kind of more legendary category. And then a 12% for a 5 through 8 ship. Or one of the following items. And if I click on the full list this time, like, hey, 2,500 doubloons versus 500 doubloons, or 2.2 million credits. So you can see the amount of the rewards you're getting are much higher, and you actually see there's even more better rewards in here, and those golden gift containers here, 10% versus the Santa's container, gift container, what was that? I'm really hoping this doesn't mess up on me again. 1%. So basically the mega gift containers give you more bang for your buck. And if I go back to the mega gift container, you can see it has a guaranteed drop in 15 versus 100. But again, these containers are a lot more expensive. So to buy 20 of them would be 18,750 doubloons. So let's just kind of back out here to see pricing. So one will cost you 1,250 doubloons. 8 will cost you 8,480. 20 will cost you 18,750. 1, 250 doubloons. 8, 1,880 doubloons. 20, 4,500 doubloons. So that's kind of how these two work here. So important to keep that in mind, if you will. And I'm kind of curious if they did something else in this one with an item in the background, since it's not the containers for real money. So, you know, if you get close, as an example, let's say, as an example, you are guaranteed drop in 6 containers, right? Then it might be worth spending the 1,880 doubloons, right? Because you're going to get at least a minimum tier 5 ship or higher. So pay attention to your guaranteed drop rate. It comes in very much in handy, very much clutch. Now, let's see if these containers are behaving. No. Okay, so I'm going to have to go off memory on this one. So what I do remember, and maybe I can add it in later, I'm pretty sure these had a guaranteed drop of 7 ships, or 7 containers will guarantee you drop you a ship. And I think it was like a 32% chance of dropping you a ship, of all those same categories like we were looking at previously. So I don't really know why the game has messed up now and it's not showing this. I don't know if that's on Wargaming server side or that's my side. But your chances are much higher. You know, so the Mega was a 10% for a golden gift, and I'm guessing it's probably more up towards like 15-20% or something like that to pull a golden gift container even. So basically your odds are a lot better for these more robust, more expensive containers, and of course they'll give you the bundles for Christmas tokens. So now let's see, let's go ahead and let me talk about the bundles for certificates. So you might be like, Flimsy, I'm new to the game. How do I get these festive certificates, these temporary resources, that I then can come in here and just use certificates to buy a Santa's gift premium container or a Santa's mega gift container? Well, if I hover over it, you can see how to spend on Santa's gift containers, Santa's mega gift containers, and credits in the armory until the end of update 14.11, but how to obtain as a reward for your battle performance at the helm of a tier 10 ship until the end of update 14.11. So, very important to keep in mind. So basically, the more tier 10 ships you have, the more of these festive certificates you're going to be able to get. And I have actually a lot, or I don't have the most of many players in the game. I've been playing the game for 6 years, and I'm going to pull it up on my phone here because I saved it, and maybe I can even throw the image on the screen here for you guys to see as I'm looking for it. Basically, I'm eligible to get 86 festive certificates, meaning I could get either A, 86 Santa's gift containers, or 17 Santa's mega gift containers. And then because I'm on an odd, right, 17, 86 festive certificates, then it looks like I'm probably going to be spending 1 festive certificate at least on a Santa's gift container. So I'm going to be going for the Santa's mega gift containers. So meaning that I'm able to buy 17 means I will definitely at least get 1 ship. Now, I really need to make a point on this. It happens every year. Some guy is going to come in and he says, I bought 8 Santa's mega gift containers for 8,480 doubloons, and I got 4 ships. And you're like, oh my gosh, I need to go do that too. And then you're going to get just like 1 ship, maybe, or maybe you don't even get 1, right? So it's just complete luck of the draw. People who pull really well out of these containers are the ones who are going to post about it in the World of Warships Facebook groups, the Discord servers, the World of Warships Reddit. So don't get caught up in the hype. Just because someone else was really lucky doesn't mean you will be really lucky, right? It could be, but it comes down to that gambling and mentality, right? Oh, if I open 1 more container, right? And I say only if you can see that guaranteed drop rate is about to drop you a ship, then sure, you can go for it. But otherwise, I would encourage you to remain steadfast in that. All right, so let's talk about Festive Rewards, and then we'll go look at your gift. So here is Festive Rewards. So event rules, we'll click on here. Earning Festive Rewards in battle. With the start of update 14.11, Festive Rewards have been added to all of your ships from tier 5 upward. To claim the rewards from a ship, you need to helm her into battle and earn base XP. The required amount of base XP and the number of rewards depend on ship tier. Festive Rewards are only available until the end of update 14.11, so do keep that in mind. When this update's over, Festive Rewards go away. Claiming Festive Rewards without entering battle. All base XP that you earn on ships in battle is added to the progress bar. I'm going to show you that. Each time you accumulate 1,000 base XP, you fill the progress bar. You will be able to choose a certain number of ships from which to claim Festive Rewards without needing to take them into battle. The number of those ships depends on the number of ships in your port. Now, this is designed for players who, like myself, have lots of ships. And there's even, of course, there's other players who have a lot more ships than I have. So basically, if you have up to 24 ships in port and you get 1,000 base XP, you will get a +1 reward, which would be like, boom, select one ship to claim Festive Rewards without taking it into battle. And I'm like, I don't want to play Adatara. Boom, I can just click on Adatara and don't have to take it into the game, into battle. If you have 100 to 199 ships in port, you get +4 rewards. So then I get to come back here and I get to choose 4 ships. So maybe I just wipe out the whole top row. If you have 400 to 599 ships in port, +6 rewards. If you have 600 plus ships in the port, +7 rewards for every time you hit 1,000 base XP in that progress bar. And maybe you're asking, Flimsy, how can I tell how many ships I have? Well, if you just come down here and hover, you can see just right here at the bottom, it's just right here, ships 465, and I have 13 vacant slots. I don't know if I'm saying that right. So now, let's say you're really close, right? If I come back into that to show you again, let's say you have 95 ships, right? And you want to push yourself into the 100 category, but you don't have a lot of money and things like that. Well, basically, this isn't tier dependent. My advice to you is just go into the tech tree, look at your tier 1s, your tier 2 boats, and just pick up 5 of them. So I can pick up Erie for 0 credits. I can pick up Hashidate for 0 credits. I can come in here for the Soviet Union, pick up Orland for 0 credits. Germany, 0 credits. UK, 0 credits, right? And then you have a whole other gambit of ships that are really cheap at tier 2. So you can easily, quickly propel yourself into perhaps another bracket, so you can get more of those festive rewards as you're grinding on and playing the game. Now, it might be like, oof, like for me, for example, I can go from 463 to, what is that, 473, 476. So basically, I need 24 more ships, but I only have 13 vacant slots. So then I'd have to come over here into the armory, and I'm pretty sure I remember what tab it's in. Actually, it might be in the ship tab. Go into ship tab, and I come into port slots. Then I can pick up the required amount of other additional port slots that I would need in order to get my 24 other ships, which actually would technically be, that would be possible, but between a lot of the lower tier fodder from, you know, tier 1 through tier 5. So basically, I need more doubloons as well, right? But need more port slots since I'm capped out. But honestly, I'm not too stressed about it. Now, a fun thing to keep in mind is if you do pick up some of these like coal ships at tier 5 I was talking about. Come here. They will come with a port slot on their own. So that's a little bit of a perk there just to keep in mind. If you manage to pick up some premium ships this season, it will come with a port slot with the said ship. Okay, so this progress bar, earn 1,000 base XP in battles, obtain festive rewards, is right here. So I haven't played any games because this just went into the game live today as I'm recording this video like less than an hour ago. And you can see your rewards will be shown here. So if I click on Aoba, that means I get 750 coal. If I click on a tier 10, there's my festive certificate. If I click on a tier 9, there's my 80 steel. If I click on a tier 8, I have to find a tier 8, Akazuki, 70 coal. So again, you can kind of see the difference in terms of the tier of how it will go up. Oh, it's the same. 80 coal, 80 steel, yeah. And then 70 steel. Let's go to a tier 7. I just saw one. 800 coal. A tier 6, 750 coal. And a tier 5, 700 coal. And then also let's look at super ship, 200 steel, right? So your tier 8s, 9s, and super ships have the steel, while your tier 10s are the ones that have the festive certificates. And then 7, 6, and 5 have coal. So that's how that works, okay? Now, if I come back here into the harbor, you can see that the ships that haven't their festive reward hasn't been claimed yet, like if I come back over here to North Carolina, I can see I need to earn 400 base XP playing the ship to receive festive rewards. So, and then you can see even there, I'm afraid to move my mouse. Yeah, I'll go away. You can see that as I'm hovering it, it says 70 steel. Reward for victory at any type can be obtained once per day, and there's this little victory bonus as well right now. But for the festive rewards, you can see 400 base XP. If I'm playing a tier 10, or let's say tier 9, you can see that I go from 400 to 500 base XP, and if I get up to tier 10, I need 600 base XP. If I drop down to a 7... One day I'll find a 7. It's 300 base XP, a 6, 250 base XP, and then a 5, 200 base XP to claim those rewards. And then once you have claimed the festive reward, you finish the snowflake progress on that ship, like let's say you play it, then the snowflake will go away. You won't see it anymore. Now, my general advice, like how I approach festive rewards, if I'm being completely honest with you, I don't really care about playing submarines. I play some CVs in like ops. So what I normally do is I knock out my CVs with the festive rewards, just clicking on it. Like I don't have to play a CV, I don't have to play a submarine. I just play my battleship, cruiser, or destroyer. And then with those festive rewards to collect, I claim them off of the ships I really don't want to play. So that's usually, for me, that's submarines, that's CVs, excuse me. And then also other ships that are hybrids, like Louisiana, as an example. Louisiana is a decent ship, it's not bad, but that's just how I tend to approach things. Some people like to start low tier and work their way up. So it's kind of depend on you. Like maybe you're really close to getting steel to buy Valparaiso and the still fleet of it right now. So then you're like, well, I want to focus on, if you have any super ships, you know, you're going to want to knock those out first because of 200 steel. And then you eventually drop down to your tier 9s and 8s to get the 80 steel and 70 steel. Now, the thing to make mention of when we talk about, I wanted to show you the the progress bar. Excuse me, I'm sorry, guys. Some stuck in my throat. The higher tier you play, the more likely you'll get, you'll fill out that base XP faster, right? It's probably going to take you 3 co-op battles at least, if not 4 or 5 even, depending on what tier you're playing, to get 1,000 if you play co-op. So as an example right now, like, you know, PvE crowd, yo, asymmetric battles, let's go. That's fun. Then you got ops as well. You know, I'm going to be doing some random battles myself, but I'm also going to be messing around with asymmetric. So I'm probably going to be playing asym and random battles the most, and I'll probably try to do some streams, even though I don't have my second monitor yet, that the store has been sent off beginning of September, and I still haven't gotten my second monitor back because it messed up. So, thank you. So I think that's all I'm going to say on that. Now, the other thing here is if you log in between December 1st and I think the end of December, you'll be able to pick up a tech tree ship. Your special reward is waiting for you. Choose your tier 9 ships. So I'm going to click on it here. And you can see that it's giving me the option to obtain either the Lepanto, the Izumo, the Riga, Seong, or Fletcher. You already own this ship, you receive compensation instead. So as I go through here, it's going to say that on every ship because I own all these 5 tier 9 tech tree ships. Then I can see you also receive these gifts, 2 Santa's gift containers, 1 cozy sweater, emerald, snowflakes, and it doesn't change as I go between the ships. Now, if I was to give you my recommendation, you know, in terms of the ships I think would be best to go for first, you know, Riga's great, Sayong's great, Fletcher's great, Lepanto, then Izumo. Like, I would basically rank them in that order. You know, if you're a battleship main, then I'm going to say Lepanto over Izumo. Izumo just has trollish vertical dispersion, so you have really unsatisfying salvos at times, and you're big and highly detectable. You know, at least with Lepanto, you can use smoke, get away. You know, if you're a cruiser and you like kind of being tanking, playing key objectives, then yeah, Riga. If your style is to smoke up, dump bar torps, fire your 127mm guns, then yeah, Sayong. And then, you know, if you're destroyer main, well, you kind of only got one option, and Fletcher's kind of been slowly power crept really bad in the game. So I'm just gonna, because Fletcher, I'm gonna obtain it, get my rewards, and you can actually see it even talk that it's going to give you a port slot even for this tech tree ship. So I got 2 Santa gift containers, 1 cozy sweater, 1 emerald snowflakes. So if you're a newer player in the game, that's great, right? To land with yourself with the tier 9 ship. You know, if I come over here to Fletcher as an example, you know, then you could be playing this boat and you get yourself up to tier 10. That way you get a festive certificate. Basically, that's how it might work in going forward. But I don't play the American destroyers as much. I play the newer line more, but not the original line so much these days, because like tier 10 daring is better than gearing in my opinion. Fight me. It's just really good boat. So I think that's covered everything that we need to look at here. You can still got the Liberty Harbor stuff going on. Suck that they took away the missions before the event actually ended. And then don't forget your 10th anniversary Grand Voyage if you've been playing. As you play each day, you will be able to utilize a 1-for-1 of exchanging. You can see right now I have 4,250 Voyage tokens that I can exchange either for doubloons or steel. And I haven't made up my mind yet. So I'm going to have to kind of crunch some numbers here and see what's going on. So maybe if you like, you know, let's say you want to do the dockyard and you need to buy those 2 shipbuilding phases to start off with. Here's an example. Or you could take those doubloons and you can take them towards Santa containers as well. Looks like they finally got this back online. That's good. Let's just make sure I was correct with what I said earlier. Yeah, guaranteed drop 7. Yeah, 32% chance. That's 3% for the legendary rare ships tier 5 through 10. 9% for tier 8 through tier 9 ships. And then tier 5 through tier 8 is 20%. And the golden gift container was 20%. Let's go! Like, Flimsy's guessing really well. It looks like they're keeping some of the other statistics quite the same. So actually, it's a lot shorter list. So you're basically, you're going to either get highest chance you're going to get coal, then it would be a ship, and then it would be a golden gift container, then doubloons, and then premium. One item from the following list. So you definitely will get red expendable bonuses, or one item from this following list. So you could get double coal, you could get double doubloons, or kind of a mix and match, but it looks like 37,500 Elite Commander XP would be the highest. So you'll get some good stuff from the Ultra containers. So definitely the most bang for your buck, but these are expensive containers. Like one of them is going to cost you basically $10. Spend wisely, as it were. And I really hope you enjoy this holiday season here in the game. It's really fun. I usually just stack up all my Santa containers, and I wait to around Christmas to open them all. I open them one by one. I'm a crazy guy. I know some people like doing that, but others are like, you've already started opening your containers already. So basically, you know, when I come in here, I'm sitting on 9 Santa's gift containers, and I'm not going to open them yet. And I'm not going to accidentally click open either. unless the game lags and forces it open. So that being said, if you liked today's video, give a thumbs up. If you didn't, give a thumbs down. Subscribe if you want to see more. If you're subscribed, thanks so much. I really appreciate it. Thank you to our Patreon supporters. And until next time, take care.